I started having doubts, fear about my gender, lots of confusion about my gender.
And we try to do everything to reassure him that no, he is a boy, so he needs to behave like a boy.
These problems, these thoughts, these fears kept on growing. I turned to drugs, to alcohol, to smoking.
I just watch and I say, what can I do? We have to stop him.
From our pregnancy, I wanted to have a baby girl. My sisters-in-law prepared the baby's dress and my mom as well. Unfortunately, she brought a pink dress when I was delivered with a baby boy.
From the beginning, I always thought that I was born in the wrong body.
So since then, that remained in my mind that I wanted to have a girl. But we fought, me and my husband, we fought, okay, that's fine, we have a baby boy, we have a child, we will complete our emotion, our feelings, dressing our child like a girl, both girl and boys, actually.
I didn't know what was going on. I was always confused, I was always in doubt. And I didn't have anyone who could explain to me what was happening to me.
As time went on, his character, his behavior changed, kept on changing. But for myself, I could not understand what's all happening.
Until he grew up and that became worse day by day.
It was not something that I did like, oh, I have to do it. It was just there, coming naturally by emotions and feelings.
And we try to do everything to reassure him that no, he is a boy, so he needs to behave like a boy.
And like I was always, while growing up, I was always in the girls' group. I was never in the boys' group. Like the boys would tell me to go and play football. I would not like it. When I came to Ireland, that was the first time I learned about LGBT people. Then I started discovering what was lesbian, gay. And when I heard about transgender, this is when something clicked in my mind and I said, this is what I want.
He got the freedom to go to smoke, to take alcohol, everything friends. And he started neglecting his studies.
Actually, dressing to going out, this is when my addiction started. Because I needed to find courage, and getting to smoke and smoking cannabis was one of the scapegoats. Yeah.
His studies going down and down. He get worried, he keep everything inside of himself, he locked the door, he tried to hide from us, dressing himself in his own room.
I just watch and I say, what can I do? We have to stop him.
We were worried about his future, about his career. He missed his studies. We pay for the courses he started doing and he couldn't complete.
From there, that's when I started going and looking for the doctors, looking for the hormones to change. And because for me, when I was born, I always know that I was meant to be a girl, and doing the change physically was right.
And then I moved to UK. He stayed in Ireland with his father. They couldn't travel with me because he insisted to be there. My husband was invited to the help center in Ireland by one of his friends.
He told me there is a church in Finsborough, Dublin. He said, when you go over there, you pray, you get a job, all the problems are solved. So I said, my God, this is an opportunity.
And my friend said, only one drop of the oil will bless our family. So I said, okay, let's go, let's try, because we have been trying so many things, but it wasn't working.
And after 3 years, 4 years, I did my real sacrifice. I understood well what is a campaign. And so I was sacrificing, but I did the real sacrifice. So I said to God, look what I am doing, I have never done in my life. Do my part, you will do your part. So I leave everything up to you. After that, nothing changed. Instead, it got worse.
When I came to UK to live with my mother, I went to the GP and started the procedures to going to the psychiatrist, because they have to check if you're mentally right before prescribing the hormones.
And I say, no, you can change because it is in your mind. You can change. He argued, he even took an overdose of tablets, tried to kill himself.
Because in the beginning I was fighting with my mom, and I was asking my mom to pay for everything, for the surgery and things like that, but she refused. And I was fighting a lot with her, and always there was fight. And for me, I was saying that she couldn't understand what I was going through, and there was a lot of confusion. I couldn't understand her, she couldn't understand me.
I start coming, doing the ACTA meeting every Sunday, without missing one of the Sunday. It's raining, snowing, no transport, everything.
I believed in God. I know there was God, but I didn't know the words of God. I was not praying. I was not into God that much. But for me, God was just in my heart and believing.
The last campaign that I did was the Extraordinary campaign. That was really, really hard for me and for my husband. I present my sacrifice. It was very, very hard. It was painful, but God answered my prayer.
One day when I was having all the problems, I told my mom that I needed help. So she told me that there's a night vigil coming in the church and I should come and maybe they can help.
And from that Sunday, he started going regularly.
And when I went there, I was dressed as a girl. And this is where I said, God, I started learning the words of God and God's will. And then I decided if God made me to be born as a man, I should respect his decision.
She told me he's willing to cut his hair. So I said, it's good. And he did not want to wear any female ladies' clothes. I said, it's good. And then we started pushing forward much more. Our prayers. We did not tell him anything, just wait, see.
The first thing that happened was to be having this unity in the family. He started eating with us, sharing, speaking, sharing his ideas.
I went through the whole legal process of changing my name from Mr. to Miss. And then when I had to change back to be a boy, I had to go through that process again, from changing from Miss to Mr. Yeah, so I changed from my bank account, my GP, every legal document, so I have to change back again.
Before when I was telling him something, he was revolted, aggressive. But now, he speaks common sense, he understands. When you tell him, I do not say I am perfect, but if I say I have done some mistake, by mistake I tell him something, he's revolted, he explains. So I had to agree. Yeah, but he's in the right track now.
When I first went there, I didn't know that there was this kind of thing, spirit of addiction, but when I was seeing people manifesting and getting clean, I was asking myself, how is it possible? How is it happening? I didn't have an understanding, but keeping going every Sunday, that what helped me to understand what I was fighting against that spirit of addiction, like who kills, destroys everything.
It took a long time, but it was a real blessing. I can say it was worthy to wait for so long. Yeah, it was fruitful at the end.
When I made that commitment and when the pastor made the prayer, that when the miracle happened, that's when I've seen a difference. I've seen the difference in taste, in my mood, in my habits. Everything changed. I really seen a big change, and the prayer works, and whatever the pastor says, obedience, guidance, and following, that's the key.
Yes, because there is a saying in God's house, there is delays, but there are no failures. I have learned, I have seen, my God never sleeps, never slumbers, and never fails.
He has the power to do that miracle. He has the power to do everything. So, and if the belief, the power, the faith, that's where everything starts working together and changes really happens, miracles really happens. It's a new start, it's a new beginning, it's a fresh start, fresh beginning.